Hello and welcome. I was guided to come on and do a reading for the collective and share some of my notes regarding the current astrological energies that we are currently in and that we are swimming in. It's leading us into the full moon in Aries, which will be this weekend, October 9th. As well as leading us into the next eclipse season and just great changes, huge changes for all of us collectively. And I was outside doing, the sun finally came out here where I live. It's been raining for 5 days from the hurricane that came up the coast. And whatever messages that need to come through were so strong that I had to kind of stop what I was doing and come inside and grab my notes on the current energy astrologically. So we have this extremely vulnerable and fiery energy. We have Aries and Libra. Aries is I am. It's all about me. Libra is about relationships and the balance and justice within our relationships. So this moon is going to be illuminating a lot of things for us. First of all, the moon is in a conjunction or real close and tight snug with Chiron, the wounded healer. Chiron reflects our greatest wounds, our traumas, our experiences that we've had since childhood on up. It starts in childhood. And anyway, we've been working through these things for quite some time. So what is going to be illuminated are things about ourselves that we've already been working through or working on or having realizations. But we're seeing some more in a new light. And this full moon, there may be things that we acknowledge now that maybe we didn't acknowledge before, or maybe we didn't realize or see before. The moon is bringing us deeper in connection with something that we desire. That's something that we desire that will emotionally satisfy us, that will connect us at a deeper soul level. And we're still really working in the energy of our relationships, our relationship to self, first and foremost, but also how we relate to others and our relationship dynamics within our family, intimate partnerships, how we relate to certain things in life, how we relate to our home, our job, our hobbies, whatever that is for you. The conjunction to Chiron can bring up extreme sensitivities and vulnerabilities and uncertainties. This transit may be emotionally triggering for many, especially around the actual healing portion of the journey. This energy could be heightened where we've been rejected, ostracized, alienated, pushed away. That's most likely what we're going to be either re-experiencing or understanding at a deeper level why we act a certain way, why we have certain patterns of behavior, why maybe we have coping mechanisms and codependencies. We're learning to be more independent, more courageous on our own, and learning who we truly are at a very deep core, at our core. There's also a lot of supportive energies as well. So the sun in Libra conjunct Venus is a very supportive energy for the relationship specifically, especially when it comes to sharing what we're feeling and what we're going through. So I feel like if you're not already engaging in conversation with others, that this will open up room for us to kind of talk about our stuff, our feelings, our experiences, and all of that at a deeper level with someone. The Libra energy can really help us kind of take a step back, see the bigger picture, see things look at our situations in a new perspective, in a new light. Venus brings emotional support if we're open to it. And I've already been experiencing these energies myself personally, as I've been kind of going through a healing journey of emotional, family, and then I ended up getting sick with COVID for 2 weeks. So then it was physical as well. I got hit with it all. And I usually get hit with the energies ahead of time. I realized, later in life that this is because of part of my mission of what I'm doing is talking about the energies and the experiences that we human beings have through certain energetic transits that we're going through. So I can tell you that it has been extremely challenging and emotional, but rewarding at the same time. There's that duality there. So even though I'm suffering emotionally and physically, I have a lot of supportive energies that come in, send me care packages, giving me love and nurturing and caring, and that helps me on my healing journey as well. We all need that support. Venus conjunct the sun can even strengthen and deepen our bonds within certain relationships, certain supportive relationships. We'll talk about the supportive relationships first, because the other relationships that maybe you've been in for a little too long, or you just know like this isn't working out for me, that's going to get stronger and stronger for you too. But let's get into the supportive relationships. We're going to start to let others in deeper into our emotional world and our experiences. You do want to watch for the trauma bonding at this time, especially if somebody new comes into your radar. That this energy can also, and we humans typically magnetize and attract to us another who's had very similar traumatic experiences, childhood experiences, and understanding. And it feels like this bubble love, or just like, yes, somebody gets me. But when that's kind of your cosmic mirror or your twin flame that is showing you your pain, your wounds, your trauma, those are not fun relationships to get into. And I'll do a whole separate, that's a whole different video. But just be mindful that this time, because of our vulnerabilities, because we are expected to go through the hard parts alone, but then connect deeper with others, that these trauma bonds can really come up and form as well throughout this time. So you want to know yourself well. We have Mercury, who's currently in Virgo, will be moving into Libra not too long from here. It's about 26 degrees of Virgo right now. Mercury is moving faster now that Mercury is out of retrograde. Still in post shadow, so still a little slower than usual, but Mercury is making a trine to Pluto, and Pluto will be going direct on the 8th, the day before this full moon. That's the energy we want to pay attention to. Pluto is our psychological processes. It's our soul's lessons, our life lessons. It's our soul's journey. Pluto, in a nutshell, is very deep. It's the ruler of Scorpio. All right. Which is where our south node is. So we are still wrapping up karmic ties, karmic lessons from our past experiences as well. Pluto stationing direct at 26 degrees of Capricorn. Just know that this energy here, as Pluto starts to move forward and will be moving into Aquarius next year, Pluto will never be at 26 degrees of Capricorn again in our lifetime. So this is a very unique energy for us as well. It's significant. And so if you do have access to your birth chart, you want to take a look at wherever 26 degrees of any of the cardinal signs, which is Aries, Capricorn, Libra, and Cancer. These are the areas that Pluto has been really deeply transforming us through a lot of these bigger cycles. Let's see here. What else do I want to talk about? Pluto makes a supportive trine to Mercury and Virgo, which can really help us focus more on our tasks at hand and just in life in general. It's going to help us with our mental concentration after we've come out of a very deep Neptunian fog with Mercury retrograde opposing Neptune. So we've been kind of like foggy brain. I don't know what's wrong with me, and like just can't quite focus on one thing at a time. This trine is going to help us kind of reconfigure that for ourselves. So that'll be nice. Pluto will help us see the bigger picture on what really matters to us as well. Also expect powerful communication with others with this transit about things that have been on your mind for a bit. Especially as Mercury moves back into Libra shortly after this full moon. This is when you can really expect to have some of these more in-depth conversations. Some of them may be conversations that have needed to be had for quite some time now. It's all about bringing things back into balance within our relationships. So one more thing I just want to point out, there's so much more activity going on than what's in my notes here. But these were just the key things that stood out to me currently. I'll probably add more to it. We also have the 1010 portal that we are going to be going through the day after the full moon. But Black Moon Lilith, I want to talk about Black Moon Lilith very quickly. It is making a square to this full moon in Aries. This brings in more sensitivities to our sore spots, to our vulnerabilities and our pain spots, our pain areas. And it could be very aggravating to people who just don't desire change, especially structural change. For the people who want things to stay as they are, how they've always been, predictable and controlled, this energy is going to be very challenging for you. That's not what Black Moon Lilith does. Black Moon Lilith possesses the energy that makes us feel alive. It's quite an activator for sure. She's often rejected, ostracized, exiled in patriarchal situations, especially. She's not interested in compromising herself or being a supportive team player in a patriarchal system, basically. So that is the rebel inside of us that's going to be coming out for many. Or yeah, for many. Black Moon Lilith completely has to be we have to be ourselves authentically, honoring our creativity, our boundaries, our magic, our power. When those things are compromised, things go awry, things go wrong. Black Moon Lilith will challenge us, and a square is a challenging aspect. A square is a lot of tension. So there could be rejection, abandonment, alienation, a lack of intimacy, misunderstandings, scapegoating, and gaslighting. And this is what Black Moon Lilith is highlighting for us, to be aware of these traits in ourselves and in others. And also to help us make the needed changes that we need to make for ourselves. Black Moon Lilith is in Cancer, so this is the challenge. It's a challenge to relationships now. Asking questions like, if I have to modify myself or my behavior or my words or my actions to be in this relationship, am I really loved in this relationship? Honored for who I am? Why am I changing myself to fit in or meet the needs or desires of other people? These are big questions that Black Moon Lilith will bring up for anybody that is still playing a part, a role, not being themselves within their relationships. Some of the other things I want to talk about, I've been talking about Saturn has been squaring the nodes of the moon, the north and south nodes of the moon all year long. Well, since March, and that energy was affecting a lot of people in trying to make that change. But if you hadn't fully learned the lessons or like made the changes for yourself, change even the perspective of your relationship or whatever it is that you're being challenged with. Last March, it opened up a window where I witnessed this, many went back into either an old relationship, back into old patterns, old habits, old addictions, back into an old job, back into something old because it felt right. But the reason it felt right was because there were skipped steps, there were missed lessons. So we humans, we have to learn these things in our own ways. We can't just have somebody like me tell you. I mean, that helps, but typically if we're not doing or seeing or getting what the universe is putting down for us, we will be magnetized, attracted back into situations, relationships, experiences, so that we get those lessons. So anyway, this square to the lunar nodes is easing up now. So for those of you who went back into a karmic relationship, went back into old patterns, old addictions, old habits, old whatever, learning your lessons now, right? And the karmic entanglement, the cords, the strings that like entangle around us from other people and their energies and our past traumas and our Chiron and all this stuff is starting to untangle. And we're easing up. We're like, whoa, I realize now that I was giving a lot of my energy and a focus and attention onto this person or this thing and just like ignoring all the other aspects of my life, all the other people in my life. Like I lost myself. Those kind of realizations are big for a lot of people right now. Saturn and Uranus are still in a tight square. This will be the last one of this year, along with the eclipses that we will be experiencing. And that's typically, Saturn is definitely the restrictions, the rules, the regulations, the boundaries. Saturn is father time. And they could just be our own restrictions we put on ourselves, too. For all intents and purposes, that's when it comes down to it, that's what it is. It's what's been taught to us, what we believe from our parents, our societal conditioning, and all that other stuff. And then Uranus is the liberator. Uranus wants to be free. Uranus wants to be a rebel. Uranus now has the upper hand in this energy. So that is a stronger element, but they will be butting heads. There will be tension here, even internally. Like say you really want to make this great change. It feels right. Everything resonates. Yes, yes, yes. But there's something internally that's like, it's not safe. No, I don't feel right about it. And the reason you don't feel right about it is because your Saturn boundaries are so super strong. So my advice to you is to sit with that and really check in with that part of you that's like, no, I don't feel safe. Why? Why don't you feel safe? Break it down. Go deeper into that for yourself. And then, of course, we have the 1010 portal. We have Saturn also going direct October 23rd. So we have 3 planets going direct this month. Big energy shifts. So anyway, let's get the cards out and see what is going on within the collective. Because I certainly want to know. I've been feeling this energy. So, let's see what is going on within the collective. Current collective energy, thank you. Oh, we have solar plexus and triumphant success. Okay. So throughout the collective, people are starting to feel more confident and feel more of a drive to make the changes. I feel like they're overcoming a lot of their fears. Not so much self-doubt, not so much Saturn like, wait, I don't think that seems safe. No, now it's like, no, I know what I want. And I know how to go about doing it. Triumphant success. Ooh, I love that. I like it when positive things come through first. Okay, so we also have foundation and achievements with heartache and loss. So yeah, a lot of things are coming to an end for people. Relationships, maybe people are losing their home, selling their home, leaving their job, everything that they thought was an accomplishment, was a foundation. You find out that this wasn't really on stable ground, or this foundation was not built out of integrity. I'm realizing now. And so there is heartache, there is loss involved when we separate ourselves from something that once was satisfying or familiar or was working, but it was working in a false sense. There's something that was not quite right. And so yeah, sometimes those things come undone, or we make the decision before the universe does for us, which is always nice when that happens, when we have the courage and the strength to leave a situation that is not for our highest good anymore. The lessons have been learned. Yeah, I get it. I don't think I need to stay here any longer. Thank you. It was good. It was a good run. You know, you don't have to part in bad ways, but sometimes it's like enough is enough. Yeah, because the nostalgia is kicking in for a lot of people right now. Remembering times that were heartfelt, felt good, memories of love, memories of the good old days, realizing, you know what? Why am I staying in this? I don't need to be in this anymore. It's loveless. It is not. And maybe the sadness is that at one time, yeah, it seemed very loving, but now in a different light, in a higher perspective, I think this was a trauma bond, or this was for, financial reasons, or whatever. I mean, we do things. We really got to check with ourselves as to why we make certain choices and decisions that we do in life. It's a self-understanding. That's we're really getting to know ourselves at a much deeper level. Okay. Wow. All right. So we have trapped in fear and new beginnings. That's kind of like Stockholm syndrome, if you ask me, where the door's open. The door's open, there's an opportunity for a new beginning, but some are just still stuck, sitting there like, I don't know. I don't feel safe. I don't want to go out there. I think I'll just stay in this cage. I'm used to it. It's okay. It's not that bad. As the energy's moving faster and faster and faster, as the energy is moving faster and faster and faster, so are the challenges. So will the reasons to walk out of that cage finally. Oh, let's dive into this deeper. Wow. Okay, we'll use the Witch's Tarot. It's been a while since I did a collective reading. I used to do them every day. I'm gonna have to get back into that as this energy is really picking up. And there's some interesting things that will be going off towards the end of this month into November and December for all of us. I will break that down in my next astrological report. Has everything to do with Saturn and Pluto, as well as a lot of the star systems, the constellations. It's all connected. So what is assisting many in gaining their self-confidence back is the soul tribe. Those that are supportive in your life and that can help. We can help each other, lift each other up and elevate and not stay spiral. Like, of course, we all have to spiral down into our own personal hell from time to time to learn something, but we don't have to stay there. We have support. Beautiful. And that's probably one of the biggest epidemics in the world right now is loneliness. So if you find that you just don't have, there's not a single soul that you can reach out to, that you can talk to, reach out here, reach out to me. I want to build these communities so that people don't feel as lonely. It's part of the journey and definitely part of a spiritual awakening. The unfortunate part of a spiritual awakening is that we do lose people. People fall away from our life path that are no longer in resonance. And sometimes this can be family, close friends that you've had your whole life, things like that. And it's very sad. We do have a lot of heartache and loss that we have to contend with. But at the same time, there's also opportunities that open up for new people to come in, new experiences to come in that are more in alignment with our true soul path. And that's, I mean, I can speak from experience. That's definitely how it goes. When you finally let go of those parts of you and those parts of your life, and the people in your life that, you know, were there for a reason, but now it's time to move on. Once you finally do, that's when the doors of opportunities and the newness starts to flow in, not before. So a lot of people are waiting around like, I just need a sign before I can leave this. That's not how it works. It won't. You'll be stuck in that in between for a long time. Okay. So yeah, there's that's exactly what I was just talking about here. So the cards are coming out afterwards. I'm channeling right now. There are opportunities for fresh new starts. They're right there. But we have to shut the door. We have to feel the loss, feel the pain, feel the heartache, and then let it go. Let it go so that this can actually become tangible, something that you experience here, because it's there energetically waiting. We just we have to heal from some of these experiences and let go of what no longer works for you, no longer serves you. That's the saying, let go of what no longer serves you. Well, you'll know if it's not doing you any favors. It's time to let go. I get one more on that. The world with memories of love and trapped in fear. Or memories in love. Memories of love. Okay. Can I get one more? So this is universal forces happening right now that is really assisting us in this transformational process, bringing up into the conscious mind the memories of love, the memories that you have. We've all had traumatic experiences in life. We've also had loving experiences in life. Some are very, few and far between, but they are at least an experience that you can register back into your mind. Like, yes, I have experienced this before. It does exist. Love does exist. There are signs. There are synchronicities. Things are coming in. The energy is moving fast. And this is the Knight of Swords is all about communication. Speaking of, talking about or reaching out to somebody. And the World card is completing a cycle and integrating all the lessons, all the newness, the new versions of you, the old versions of you, and integrating that all into your next part of your journey. So we're not stuck in old patterns, old habits, old coping mechanisms any longer. We can release them by discussing them, emotionally expressing. Tell me about the Stockholm Syndrome here. And that's another thing that the memories of love are helping with. Helping people get out of their entrapment, which is just based on fear. You become so comfortable in the uncomfortable that when the door finally opens, you don't want to leave because you're more afraid of what's out there. You already know what's in here, even though I don't really like it. I already know, I'm familiar with it, so I'm just going to stay in this cage. But no, memories of love are coming out saying, hey, don't you remember there's this life that you can actually live and feel good and feel love, and it's right there. The door's open. It's time to jump through. Page of Cups. It's time to really emotionally connect with life again. And there may be some supportive energies coming in to help with that as well. Emotional support. Yeah, bottom of this deck. 6 of Swords with the Chariot. Not in reverse. I'm not reading reversals right now, but let's just say a lot of people through the collective are finally getting to a calmer state of mind, more peace of mind, inner peace. And that's really assisting in the movement, forward movement. There's always going to be duality. There's always going to be polarity. The mind is going to want to pull you one way, but the heart's going to pull you another way. And as long as you just allow, and accept, the energy will place you in the direction that your soul desires. When we try to manipulate and control things and make things happen, we really screw up the universal algorithms of energy. Let's pull a Moonology card to wrap this up. You don't want to have this be too long. We're already at 31 minutes. Okay, so what else can we, what else for the collective for this full moon in Aries? Pluto direct, Mercury direct, Moon conjunct Chiron, Black Moon, Lilith, Venus, Mars. I mean, I didn't even talk about Mars. Mars is slowing down, going to be going retrograde. So you may feel a little less drive, maybe a little more tired or slow or groggy. It's time to release negativity. Yeah, definitely. Collective, definitely time to release the negativity so that you can get yourself out of this cage. Anything else? And the heartache and loss. We don't need to sit in the heartache and loss forever. Accept the supportive energies that are coming in. A new start is coming. You can't make it up. Yes. But in order to actually actualize the new start, we have to release the negativity, let go of the pain and the past, feel it, and allow it to dissipate, transmute it. Anything else? And you can be sure that in the next week or two, there will definitely be important conversations that have needed to be had, will be had. It's in the energy. You may be shocked. You may be shocked by an incoming apology or someone coming in to tell you how they truly feel. Or maybe you're going to do that for somebody else. Last card. Your commitment is being tested. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about that for a minute. And your commitment is to self. It is not the commitment that this is another thing that we humans get twisted in our mind, especially when we're in relationships, committed relationships, marriages, partnerships. The commitment, first and foremost, always needs to be of self-love. And then we actually just attract somebody else that has the same degree of self-love. And we can actually, instead of completing each other, we harmonize together. So one is, both people have confluence in their energy. Maybe one day I'm not feeling like that strong, but the other person is, and vice versa. So nobody's draining each other's energy. We just work together fluidly. But right now, these commitments are being tested. Your commitment to yourself is being tested, is the big message that I'm hearing. If you're giving all your energy away to someone else, if you're allowing someone to still deplete you of your energy, that's why. Your commitment to yourself is being tested. So that's definitely a big message for somebody out there. Release the negativity. There is a new start coming. So this is the message for this week, for this full moon in Aries, for the collective. I hope that there was some helpful parts in this for some of you or all of you. Definitely I got something out of it, and I'll probably have to rewatch this then as well to get more out of it for myself. But if you like this video, please click the like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. That helps with the YouTube algorithms to get the messages out to more and more people. And it also helps this channel grow. So it's a nice energetic exchange. So thank you for tuning in. Take care. Bye.